Hello everyone. I'm trying to be as calm as possible, though I am really quite like this morning I woke up with this feeling of, it's so depressing trying to explain things to people who really don't want to see the truth. And the reason people don't want to see the truth is because the majority of you who are still sticking up for those murderers are people with good intentions and good hearts, just aimed at the wrong people and being used by narcissists. If it was okay for them to murder a 4-year-old girl in Nahariya in 1979, it's okay for them to kill another 3,000, and the world is excusing everything they do. There's a form of resistance. And I'm sorry to say that, but you're sitting on top of your ivory tower, being the white supremacists, claiming Israel is a white supremacist country. And if you really knew Israel, you would understand that the majority of the people who vote right in Israel are Mizrahi Jews or Sephardi. They had to escape. First of all the Jews had to escape Israel. The ones who remained behind, which there were Jews that remained despite the persecutions and the murders. But those who had to leave and left ended up in Arab countries and had to escape these Arab countries, know the culture of the countries they had to escape from. We know the superpower of the Arabs is lying. But Westerners and Ashkenazi Jews, they twist you around their little finger. You fall for every lie they tell. You actually feed them with those excuses. You give them excuses to feel that they have a right to something that was never theirs, and to go for it by any means necessary. Any means necessary. Would you tell Ed Gein and Ted Bundy any means necessary? Would you tell your next door neighbor how to raise their children? What makes you think you know better than we do? Sipping your whiskey or beer or coffee, watching TV, feeding you with lies about Israel, because everything that this world is talking about, showing you, is always somehow Israel's fault. They live in a society, the Gazans, excuse me, live in a society brought up upon lies. They left Israel on their own accord. They came to Israel as workforce. If there weren't those who arrived through the Arab conquerors, those who commit all the crimes that you blame Israel for are them. They never originated from Israel. Majority of them came as workforce. The British hired them, and Jews hired them, because the Jews came to Israel or were in Israel and made it prosperous. So they saw that there's potential for money making and to progress in life. And they came to Israel. And then they claimed it's theirs. The mayor of Haifa was a mayor from 1936 or 1939, long before 1948. He begged his Arab neighbors not to leave Haifa, and they left. Who told them to leave? They're Arab leaders. Some of them ran away because they were afraid of the war that was about to start in 1947. But the war was not declared by Israel, and the perpetrators weren't Israelis or Jews. So they may have had a tragedy, which they call the Nakba, because they were forced to leave their homes, but they were forced to leave their homes by their own people, not by the Jews. And they were forced to leave their homes because they chose to leave their homes. And if they took their keys, that's fantastic. All the Holocaust, 6 million Jews that were murdered, the keys have been taken away from them as well. Not only their properties and businesses and houses. So you see, while you're sitting there judging us, taking zero accountability into how you created that monster with your endless empathy and money, we are the ones who need to, instead of mourning our dead, continuing to create a most fantastic country and helping those who were injured get back to life. We need to spend every waking moment disputing your lies about us, because the world is so busy blaming us for everything that goes wrong in Gaza. But Gaza is not a normal city, it's not London. It's not made of Westerners. Well, I must say that London is getting slowly overtaken by radical Muslims as well, but that's not on me and it's nothing to do with me. It's not my business. But the people that live in Gaza are not like you and me. I know you're looking for logic. You need to find an explanation. Why, how come somebody became like that? There must be a reason. The reason is that they have been the eternal victims. They feed off the lies that they tell each other over generations. The lies of ownership to a country that has never belonged to them, ever. They teach their children those lies. And they raise them, glorifying shaheeds. They bring them to this world to become martyrs. There's so much love involved, right? You imagine your parents would have brought you to this world so you can die. It's really nice. And then those kids are being interviewed on British TV and saying, oh, the Israelis promised us that we will be safe and we're not. The Israelis cannot guarantee your safety. The Israelis can guarantee that they will not bomb where civilians are if they're not there put on purpose by the people that your parents elected, my dear child. There's something called accountability. They don't like that word, and neither does the world. We're accountable for everything we've created. There's a lot of internal disagreements in Israel between us because we all have different opinions as to how to deal with this monster. But if you look at the majority and what they believe in, the majority of Israelis believe in what the left believes in: freedom for all, love, happiness. There's mosques, there's synagogues, there's churches. You can buy pork in Israel. You can eat kosher in Israel. You can be an Arab judge in Israel, and you can even be an Arab member of parliament who is a terror supporter. God knows what he's doing there. But you cannot come to Israel and excuse us, or blame us. Blame us for being an apartheid state, which is complete bullshit that can only come out of the mouths of people who've never been there. So I'm not even going to go there. But you cannot blame us for the monster you've created. The Palestinian lie is a lie. You cannot have a country, you cannot pronounce its name. You cannot be indigenous to a place where you can't say the word, the name of your country. There's no letter P in Arabic. But the world stands on their back 2 feet, protecting them, the oppressed. The oppressed. Who oppressed them?